right, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the 100% free-to-play Shadowverse Zero to Hero series. And in order to become a hero, we have to at least one time win one of these weekend lobby tournaments while staying free-to-play. Talked last time about how the 8-player tournament was pretty much the worst thing that had ever happened to the game. And I think I even mentioned, though, that as always with this game, you never really know what's going on for sure, and whether that's a permanent replacement or not. Well, it is not a permanent replacement. We did get the 16-player tournaments back, and thank God, because it's one of my favorite things in the game. So for the rest of the time on this channel, we will be always joining, I believe, the 16-player tournament. Better prizes, but also it's just more fun and more challenging. So let's go ahead and get into it today with the 16-player tournament. Today we are going to be playing Runecraft again, going here into round one against Abyss again. This has been kind of crazy. The last lobby tournament that I entered faced two of the super hyper aggro Abyss decks in a row, and it's kind of looking like it may be more of the same here today once again. Now, you don't need to worry too much about what this list is. It's pretty well what I was playing before if you've been following the channel. It's basically just a mashup of pretty much all of the good Runecraft cards. And I went ahead and added pretty much a bunch of 1-ofs or 2-ofs, so basically just all the new cards as well, combined with pretty much everything I was playing before. Apprentice Astrologer, for example, is one of the cards I was playing quite a bit before. And basically all the good legends and the good spells and creatures and things like that. You probably get the idea. All right, so our opponent went ahead and coined on turn 1. Got the 2/1/1s out. Next turn, I have a feeling it won't be the 3/3 next turn, because I think they would have played it this turn if they had a 3/3. They probably will play a 2/2 next turn. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just do this. I'm going to kill one of them. I'm going to engage the Earth Sigil up by 1. I really wasn't sure what to do on that turn, to be honest. I may have already made a little bit of a mistake, because I could have just went ahead and Sage Light Teachings and used the Witch's New Brew to get up to 3 to then have just the full board clear next turn. But I think we will just go ahead and be set up for the full board clear this next turn here. Apprentice Astrologer here is going to be pretty solid. I think I'll get rid of the Melvies, or I play the Melvie and just use the Witch's New Brew. And this is where we're already going to go ahead and start getting into some decision making with this deck. For example, Apprentice Astrologer or Melvie, which one's going to be better? I'm going to be honest right now. I'm actually thinking it's going to be the Penelope for the 2-drop, the gold to just go ahead and get 2 runes. I feel like I've pretty much always just wanted more runes basically every single time, always in this game. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and Stormy Blast one more time. Next turn, I can go ahead and either tick this up by 1 and then play the Sage Light Teaching on its own, or I could play either one of these Witch's New Brews. All right, there comes the 1/1 and the bat. So we're taking some pretty good damage. Norman, everybody, is going to be the first card that we're going to definitely need. All right, there's the Sage Light Teaching, so we're going to play this exactly as I said here. I'm going to go ahead and clear their board, dealing 4 to everybody. We've also got a little healing in hand, which is going to get us all the way back up to 20, potentially, depending on what plays out here. We really need a 5-drop. This deck is absolutely, like, kind of loaded up to the gills with 5-drops. We got 3 Anagreas, we got 2 Juno and 1 Burgent right now, just to kind of test the Burgent out and see how we feel about it. It's definitely possible I made some mistakes this game already. I'm not totally sure. Okay, probably what's gonna happen here, I think most likely, is play probably like an Apprentice Astrologer, evolve it. 2/2 is gonna kill the 1/1, Apprentice Astrologer kill the 3/3. Gonna keep the Sage Light Teaching to be able to have that. Homework time is probably gonna be a little bit too slow against this deck, so I think we can get rid of the homework time. I think that'll be all right. We'll clear their board. We're going to have the Sage Light Teaching. Oh, Fildow is actually pretty good here, isn't it? And I would like to go ahead and get some kind of good drop for next turn, one more turn. So I think I'll play the Witch's New Brew here. And then, yeah, actually, we can just Fildow. So this is going to be pretty good. We'll have a pretty nice board at that point. Probably get Argavi next turn. Okay, that's nice. That's basically what we were looking for. Let's go ahead and do the Fildow. Kill the 3/3. This is going to we'll have 7 total, so Aragavi will hurt pretty bad if that ends up being their play, but nothing we can do about it. I don't think so. And then the Anagrea will be really nice, followed by the Quone. We're going to have 4 health that we can recover. We really need Norman. So yeah, right now I'm just kind of testing all this different stuff out and seeing how I feel about everything. And well, big surprise, Norman is going to be probably like pretty much the most powerful thing you get. And I think I'm actually going to have to keep the 5/5 blocker out this time around. Let's switch his New Brew again, because we pretty much know we're going to play the Quone next turn. Ooh, Enchanting Perfumer is actually really good too. This is another card that I'm kind of testing out right now, deciding between this and Remy. So next turn is going to be the Quone for sure. Then the follow-up turn will be the Sage Light Teachings, if we can survive until that. So we need to make sure that we can survive until then. And the best way to make sure that we survive until then is probably just to go ahead and Anagrea this turn and leave the 5/5 out. It's kind of seems like kind of a bad play, but I think we kind of have to do it. It feels a little wasteful, but this deck, you know, I know how fast at this point that this deck can win. I've lost to it many times from the crazy speed of it. So just want to make sure we don't lose. And if we got the 5/5 out, it's going to be pretty hard for them to get in for damage this turn. Quone's going to wipe pretty much anything they play, I think. Then we'll have that 4. And pretty much as long as we draw a Norman, I would say we should be probably go. We only have 1 Norman in the deck right now because, you know, just testing everything, but also, oh, yep, there it is. There's the, wow, look at that already. Oh my God, wow. We may actually, this is kind of insane, but we may actually just Sage Light teaching here at 4. Odin could be coming out next turn. We can actually Enchanting Perfumer plus the Sage Light teaching. Go ahead and show the spell boost. Williams at 0, of course. Man, it is crazy how much damage this Abysscraft deck can get in. And then if they have 2 of those direct damage burns, what they had, it's pretty crazy. Norman here, and I think we pretty much couldn't have lost this deck. It's gonna be the first card that we're gonna go up 3 of. Like I said, after I'm finished opening up some more packs, I'll go ahead and just craft up 3. I don't think we can Quone here because I'm a little bit worried about the Odin, to be honest. So yep, we're going to go ahead and Enchanting Perfumer. Again, seems like potentially kind of a bad play, but I think it's the right call here. Got to make sure we don't die, and I'm fearing the Odin. So let's go ahead and do this. Store 4. Not going to be surprised at all to see them. Odin are 6/6, followed up by a Super Evolution, getting us down to 1, which still, I don't know, we still may not be able to beat that because then they're going to be able to just get another final Super Evolution. Oh, okay. You know, maybe I should have just played around them not having it. Okay. No, I think I did play this right. That's going to be 5. Then they'll have 1 final Super Evolution. I guess I played this correctly, didn't I, everybody, this game? We may actually win this one. It's looking pretty good. The Quone, we're going to not get the 2/1, but that's totally all right. So it's all going to basically come down now to what my opponent ended up drawing. And given that turn that they just played out, I'm actually not feeling too bad about this. Wait a second. Can we actually lethal this turn? Hold on a second. Wait, everybody. Oh, we did it. Wow, what a crazy game, everybody. Oh my gosh, we actually... Make sure and don't play too quickly. Make sure and check for the lethal every once in a while. 6 + 4 plus the 1 from the Quone is actually going to get us there, everybody. All right, here we go. We've been waiting to win one of these lobby tournaments, and Runecraft is so strong right now. It's going to give us that potential, even though this is not quite an optimized list. Still just kind of a testing list. This is the deck I have a feeling I'm going to win one of these lobby tournaments with. But all right, sweet. We got a round 1 win. Let's go ahead and come back for the next one. 1-0. All right, everybody, it finally happened. Quick intermission, as is tradition. Intermission, as is tradition. This is a daily pack. It finally happened. I finally got a random daily login bonus pack with a legendary. It pretty much came about right on time. I think it's like 1 out of 9 packs. Okay, it's the last card. I just like to show some of these kind of fun opens. Oh my God, that's my 3rd Odin. I've got 3. There you go, my first daily pack. Free to play. I like to show everybody my free to play opens, everybody. 3rd Odin here, finally getting that free login pack legendary. I think it's like 1 in 9, something like that. It's been little over that. So all right, for this intermission tradition, we are going to also open up our rubies galore chest. Let's see, everybody, what happened here. I've been saving up a lot of resources. We're going to open some resources here in our tradition intermission. All right, 250 rupees for the first one. That's fine. Okay, a skull faint demise. I'm quite certain I think I've got 3 skull fainted demise. 100 rupees. I have to say, to wait this long and open up a chest for 100 rupees does not feel... Ooh, okay, card pack ticket. Okay, card pack ticket feels good. 100 rupees feels a little bit lackluster, I have to say. Okay, Sylvia. All right, all these golds are from the first set. I don't think I really... Ooh, okay, I think my opens are better than last time around. Oh, 100 rupees again. Ouch, man. 100 rupees feels bad. I feel like it's... Ah, I got it again. What do you got? I'm sure you all agree. 100 rupees maybe feel... Ah, I got it again. All right, final chest. Does the final chest ever have anything better? I don't think my final chest last time... Ah! Okay. All right, let's also go ahead and open up these pack tickets that I've got. Everybody get ready because Take-Two videos are coming. And I was going to do a huge pack opening, but... All right, we're going to open 6 packs here. But thank God I saw that Take-Two's coming up, so I was able to... Ooh, we got a legendary. All right. And I was thinking of doing some more of the kind of can I win with opening the legendary bids. But because of Take-Two coming out, I don't think we are going to be doing that as much. See what we got going on here. All right, I think I may have actually needed a couple of those golds. Let me know, everybody, what you... Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Got my 2nd Norman. Oh yeah, baby. Wow, that is literally the #1 legendary in the game that I want. Oh man, that feels good, everybody. Oh man, all right. I may just go ahead and craft 3rd one. But you know, I could run 2 more Norman for a little bit in spell boost maybe. But yeah, I guess I'll just go with the 2 Normans. I actually saw people running 2 Normans in some of the tournament results. All right, everybody, nice. All right, so next tournament I will have the full 2 Normans, everybody. So come back for that if you want to see. And I'm planning on playing pure spell boost for the next one, everybody. All right, everybody, here we go. Round 2. Can this already be the first weekend that I can potentially fight for a first place win? I'm up against Abysscraft again. What is going on with these lobby tournaments? Last lobby tournament I faced, I believe it was, did I face 3 Abysscraft? I can't remember. And now already we're up to 2 Abysscrafts in a row. This is kind of crazy. What's going on here, everybody? It's kind of funny whenever people talk about like the meta in these games, you know, but then you enter these lobby tournaments and, you know, it's just something completely different. So you really have to kind of think about and be prepared for what you're going to face in these actual lobby tournaments versus, you know, what the meta might be in, like, you know, let's say tournaments. Ooh, we got a Norman. That's going to be quite good. I have a very strong feeling this is going to be an aggro Abysscraft again. Okay, Ghostly Soiree. I don't know if that would be necessarily played in an aggro list, actually. So maybe we're not against aggro Abyss for once. Once again, trying I've got a lot of 1-ofs and 2-ofs in this deck. Just trying different cards out as I kind of come to my decisions as to which things I like the most. Got 1 Fildau, got 1 Penelope. I like the Penelope. My thoughts right now currently for the 2 drops is I'm really liking the Penelope, which kind of surprises me. I didn't really think that was going to be how this was going to go, but so here I'm fine just continuing to kind of play everything out in my hand, try to take as little damage as possible. I think we're going to have the better late game. Runecraft's late game might be, maybe is it the best late game in the game right now for the different classes? All right, there comes the 2-2. That 2-2. I mean, Abysscraft may be able to end up fighting for some really strong late games. Remy is going to be absolutely insane here, I'm pretty sure, by the way. Stopping this 2-2, we get the kill on the 1-1. With these 2-2 rotting zombies, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Abysscraft can actually fight against Runecraft's endgame pretty well. See. All right, that's going to be very strong for them, getting that first evolution. You get the Fildau. Does Owen have an evolution? Oh yeah, draw 2 followers. Man, that is absolutely insane. I think Owen, it seems just absolutely bonkers still. So it's probably, oh, really, they're gonna go ahead and, oh, okay, that works. All right, so it's probably going to be Owen to kill the Fildau this turn, I have a feeling. We'll also get 2 followers. I've got a lot of 2-drops in the deck, so we could even potentially play a 2-drop. I'm all right with this line. Definitely going to be the Norman plus 2 3/3s with Ward and Barrier, I have a feeling, next turn, which is, oh, that's too bad, but it's all right. So let's go ahead and do this. We will get 1 tick of the spell boost. Everybody, is it just me or does this card seem really good? Oh, and Mysterian Swordsman. The Norman, everybody, I think that this is pretty much, if we're, you know, going through and evaluating these cards, let's talk about these 2 5-drops. This is a perfect thing to talk about also. But this Norman, I really do think that this is going to be kind of the new boogeyman of the new set of just being absolutely ridiculously, absurdly strong. We're going to see it in this match right now. Those 2 3/3s, it's like, how does anybody get past it? Now, if my opponent has Medusa, that is going to be one of the few ways. Of course, finally, I'm showing this off in an actual match, and I get to say, hey, there's nothing you can possibly do against these 3/3s, and then my opponent may actually have Medusa, which is literally the best thing you could possibly do against Norman. Maybe Abysscraft can actually fight through Runecraft here. Well, we're gonna find out, because if they don't have the Medusa, then I feel like getting an early Norman into the double Guardian Golems with the Barrier and Ward, I feel like this is like one of the kind of best plays literally in the entire game, a kind of unbeatable play, at least for a lot of decks, most decks. We actually probably would have done better this round if we were up against just the standard aggro Abyss list. They've got the Medusa. This is going to really, really hurt. There's the play point, and there it is. Dang it. Everybody, this is literally the first time I've had a Medusa played against me in, like, literally since the set came out. Oh, why? Why did that have to happen, everybody? Come on. Now, Kwon is still going to be absolutely bonkers insane, I'm pretty sure. All right, we actually got a lot of choices here. I'm going to have to think about this for a minute here. Play the Urgent. That's not going to do it. Juno would do 2 here. It's not going to do it. I mean, it's going to have to be Kwon this particular time. Yeah, there's no other way. Kwon, the 2/2, and then it can finish this, and then the 4/4. Yep, it's going to have to be Kwon. Man, Medusa, everybody. Well, you know what? I actually want to go ahead and make a call for this set that Norman is going to be one of the kind of meta-defining, kind of meta-warping cards. where everything's gonna, I feel like if you're gonna make a deck in this game at this point, you gotta basically kind of ask yourself, like, how can I fight through a Norman on turn 6 that makes 2 of the 3/3s? And Medusa's would be actually one of those cards that could actually just completely counters that play, which I feel like is one of the best plays of the game. It's personal opinion, everybody. All right, let's actually think about this also. If I do the 6 here and the 2/2, I'm running out of time. Is this actually better here, leaving 2 on that one and keeping the 2/1? The other play would have left me with the 3/3. This one actually gives me a little extra health on my blocker, and I get left with a 2/1 instead of a 3/3. So I went ahead and chose that line. Don't know if it was correct or not. Probably was not correct. I think it probably doesn't really matter, but they do have the 1/1 ghosts. I'm not sure. Looking back, I think, yeah, maybe it was better to just leave out the... Ooh, actually, we already got 1 super evolution. That's pretty good. Cerberus is going to be pretty tough to deal with. Man, we may lose to this. I would say there's actually a pretty good chance we can lose here still, because Cerberus is just absolutely bonkers. The William is going to be very, very strong. We got a lot of strong options, so let's see here. Oh, Looking Smart. So we can deal 5, and then we can get a Looking Smart already going on. The Cerberus, okay, we're at 8. How much does Cerberus deal? Cerberus can deal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we would actually be left at 1 after they super evolve. We William, then we Looking Smart, tick this up by 1. I think play here, right? It's pretty strong. We get to still hold on to a super evolution. We want to get that Sage Light Teaching out. Could get it out this turn, actually. Play the Anangrea. No, I'm going to go ahead and do this, so let's do it. Go ahead and William, Looking Smart. We may lose this. We may lose. Ooh, Lilanthem. Wow, that was actually a really good draw. I'm okay with the Witch's New Brew here to draw one more time here. Desperately need 3 Normans in this deck. Again, that'll be the first change that we make. Let's go ahead and talk about this Juno versus the Virgin. Okay, Aragavi, that's pretty much fine, actually. The Virgin versus the Juno. So I played Juno a ton last month. Anybody that watched saw me play a lot of Juno, and I pretty much said about the Juno recently that I think you can't go more than 2, because when you draw too many multiples, it's just not that great. Now, if you are going super hardcore dedicated, dirt or whatever you want to call this deck, then I guess maybe you could go up, because just maybe it's good enough if you literally just all you have is the... By the way, the Lanthem is actually going to be kind of crazy good here, right? Cerberus would be pretty good against it. Can get up 1 more sigil. It's going to have to be the Lilanthem here, obviously. This is how we're going to basically fight for the win here. Now, we do actually have a choice, because we could actually Dimension Climb.
Not even.
Next turn, if we do the Stormy Blast here, we get the Dimension Climb. But my hand is pretty stacked right now, to be honest, so I don't think it really matters. So, you know what? Maybe I made a mistake there. Maybe I didn't really need to do this, but hard to say on that one. We're going to get all the way up to 4 of these, so it can live twice. Yeah, I think this is probably the right play. Very interested to see. I'm kind of surprised no Cerberus still yet. Maybe they just didn't draw Cerberus. They've got to be playing it, right? So yeah, Juno, I think Juno has got to be... By the way, we're going to wrap up this video after this match, and we'll come back with the follow-up of the finals here. Okay, this is going to be so nice, giving us time to Sage Light Teaching next turn. Oh man, this is going to be really nice. Oh, wow, Olivia, this is actually cool. I've never seen this before. Olivia plus Ceres. That actually feels pretty good. I was kind of wondering how to make Ceres really work. And maybe this is how you make it work. This is nice, getting that 5/5 back once again. Really strong. Wow, that was so powerful, right? Ceres, nice. One of the few cards that actually can combo with Olivia and do some good stuff there. Geez, gets that back again. Whew, all right, we're gonna have to think about this turn for a minute here. They're out of super evolutions, so finally Cerberus, I think, is not so much of a concern here, finally. Whew. All right, probably gonna be an Anangrea. Think about this here. Geez, that was such a strong turn. I think we're unfortunately gonna have to already lose the Lilanthem. How do I actually just not die here? Oh my god, I don't see a path, actually. Everybody, I don't see a route. I don't see an avenue. What am I gonna do? I can't find it. Can't find it, everybody. Am I dead? Can't find it. Everybody, I couldn't find a route. Let me know if you found the route here. I couldn't find it, so I'm just dead here, I'm pretty sure. 7, I would have had to kill the 7/7. They could have had the 4 left. Let's see, I could have killed the 7/7. I would have been at 2 left. I guess yeah, so I had to kill the 7/7. I ran out of time, everybody. Well, all right, they got me. Interesting. The Medusa killing the Norman was basically the pivotal play that match that I couldn't really recover from. I guess I needed to still fight that one out. Sorry, everybody, about that, but we're going to come back for the final 2 rounds in the next follow-up video, so stick around if you want to see the ending of this lobby tournament. A little bit tough for me every once in a while recording. All right, all matches are done, so we'll come back for this round 3. A little bit tough sometimes recording, and I kind of froze up there at the end of that match because I guess I still had a potential way to win if I would have just taken the 4 damage. That was tough. Oh well, it is what it is.